Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. I don't know when they already not true. Yeah man. So me there in my living room, they go and kick it back in my couch. Nice and comfy, you see me? Dear people, being a security guard is not for the faint of heart. Trust me, pretty sometimes. Just over the weekend, people. Just over the weekend. I was at this popular food place here in Montego Bay. Alright. So, there was about 3 individuals. They came in with a small child. And the little people there give why for trouble in the people them place. Well, not really they observe nobody, no messy nobody, but in and out. We not really pay that no mind. Because sometimes some things you see and you don't see, right? Alright. So the people them eat. And after the people them eat down people, then take them garbage and put on top of the bin. Right? So I turned around and I said to the lady if she can remove her stuff from the bin, from on top of the bin, and put it on the inside. The lady looked at me. And her response was like, if me would I tell a white person that? And I was like, excuse you? She said, if me would I tell a white person that? And I said, excuse you? And the next lady that was with her was like, oh, you don't have any customer service. And I said to her, how does me telling you to remove your garbage from on top of the bin and put it on the inside of the bin doesn't me have any customer service? How does that coming in? She said that's a part of customer service. I said, really? By telling you to take your garbage and put it into the bin, you're telling me I do not have any customer service because I tell you to take your garbage and put it in the bin? Right? And they were there gallivanting, and they started to make one heap of noise and whatever. So they were there, I know the gentleman were there with them that said nothing, and I was like, you guys are nasty. And I said to them, how would you feel? You come into a store and at the front of the store, the place nasty, the place not presentable. How would you feel coming into an establishment wanting to buy food and it's not clean? If I'm going to one place and it's not clean and the food I go buy, and I see nasty and look certain way, people may not buy no food in there, I'm not going at that. You get me I say? And what make it the matter even worse? The bin was empty, people. Empty bin. You know what the lady me first, and I said to her, say, if you take something and put in the bin, she go say, after all of that, sue me. I was like, wow. And I was like, can people be so stupid? Can people really be so, I don't know, crazy? Right? Because people, you go in an establishment and the front of it is dirty, presentable. We're not going at that. And at the end of the day, the bin is empty. You might go say, she want to force down your bag in it. And I said, force down, or you go force down in it. If your bag is too big to enter from the bin hole, you take out the items and you drop it in one by one. As simple as that. The woman go, yo, to tell a white person that. I said, miss, don't be stupid. I said, look one for my skin and look one for you. Two are the same color. I said, miss, don't be stupid. This doesn't have nothing to do with black, white, pink, yellow, green, or whatever. Don't be stupid. It's simple courtesy, and I said to you, as the security guard, I said to you, the bin is empty. Do not put your garbage on top of the bin. Just take out the items and throw it inside of the bin. As simple as that. You go tell me if it's so you go tell me I have no customer service and all of that. All that coming in. And she started going with one piece of thing. And I was like, lady, you're stupid. I said, lady, you're stupid because you're making a mountain over foolishness simply by telling you to take your garbage, put in it. And all of the gentleman said nothing. When time the gentleman finally said something, people, is when them go through the door. It's when them go through the door, and when he go through the door and he push back the door, and it's like, even though if you put in the bin, you know, if you make the hole bigger. I was like, what's wrong with these idiots? Alright, people. Most establishment you go, 3/4 of the establishment that you go, I'm going to tell you, so guess what now? They don't want no other outside food, right? Or no item purchase at that individual store, they want to consume at them place, right? Because at the end of the day, the bin is designed to all feed them type of whatever garbage they are being thrown away from their establishment. Sometimes, no matter how small you see the whole set, right? If you actually attempt it, you can see that it does just like that. Because I've been to other establishments and see people trying to put in their stuff into bins, and we're like, yo, sick the whole liquor, and I said no. Just trying to see, and by boom, just by attempting, it was like, oh, it looks, but sometimes looks people is very deceiving. You understand? And yesterday at that time they always say you can't really judge a book by its cover. I'm saying this to say that, you see, people are saying that that security guard are this, or security guards are that. It's not easy being a security guard, because look how the liquor situation, and it blew up. Put year all the woman them are BF people just by me telling them to put their garbage inside of the garbage bin. When they want to hear, it was like a big disgrace. You get to me and say, and I was like, imagine, just imagine that. And I was like, can people really be that disgusting? Seriously. Can people really be that disgusting? You know, and someone was saying like, one of the ladies who like them travel, right? And the person was like, say, I bet ever they over America or wherever them claims that them come from, them couldn't do that over there. But because I hear they're trying to throw down them certain whatever authority or whatever. Because if you only hear how the lady was behaving, you'd really think say something bad me say to our people. I swear. Almost the whole store turn around and look for me. Just because I want to say to the lady, if you take our garbage throw in the bin. Almost the whole store. Till I reach all the store manager. I swear, people, I don't lie about this. But anyway, people are people, and you just can't get. They say sometimes you can't take the hog from out of the mud, but you can't take the mud out of the hog. Simple as that.